The killer is pursuing you, he's hot on your heels. Do you go up onto the gantry? Do you go into the courtyard, or do you go out into the forest? Hello everybody, I'm the Board Game Fanatic, and today I'm going to be talking to you about one of my favourite video games adapted to the tabletop format, and this is Dead by Daylight. Now, Dead by Daylight is a horror game where you have two teams. One person is a killer who is trying to eliminate all of the human players, and the other team, human survivors, 4 players maximum, who are trying to escape the arena, the locale that they are trapped in with the killer. And it's a brilliant computer game. It's tense. It's got the horror element. You're trying to sneak around and evade the killer and trying to stay out of his sight whilst you accomplish your goals. In most cases, you're trying to power up generators in order to power up some gates that allow you to escape. I love it. I've played it countless times. And obviously, they've managed to bring it to the tabletop in a very interesting and surprisingly good way. For me, Dead by Daylight, the board game, is a very good adaptation of the video game title to the tabletop. And today I'm going to be talking about 2 specific things, 2 specific mechanics within the game that I think are outstanding and really shine in this game. There is a third, which I'll mention at the end, but obviously I haven't played the game enough, but I can tell that I think it's going to be something else I really like, but it is something that is replicated in a few games. But we'll go into it. We'll go into all the different things I like about this game and why I think they're shining mechanisms. So we'll begin with number 1. In this case, in the game, Dead by Daylight, the video game, you as the survivors and the killers are dropped into a procedurally generated map. And what that means is basically the map, although the map itself is exactly the same layout, the buildings themselves are in exactly the same places, all of the objects within it that people can interact with, whether it be finding crates to pull out your supplies, whether it be looking for the hooks to hook the survivors on as the killer, and the generators to power up the gates, all of the objects that you interact with are randomly placed. Now, there is some preset locations, but they are randomized every time you load the game. So you are essentially exploring the map from the moment the game starts. Now, you know the map layout if you've played enough rounds on that location, but the items' locations within the confines of the map are randomized, and you need to find out where they are by sneaking around, exploring, trying to track them down. And that sense of exploration, I feel, has been brought to this tabletop version in a very good way. Now, essentially, from some of the pictures you'll see, there's a bunch of tokens on the board in all the different locations. They're face down, and they are of different colours. And every time you move to a new location, you reveal one of the tokens, only one. Now, that can be a crate with supplies in it, or a storage locker for you to hide in if you're the survivor. It can be the hook if you're the killer, or a crow which could benefit you and give you points. It could be a pallet for you to pull down as a survivor and slow down the killer as he's chasing you. It can be the generators or the exit gates that you'll need to get to. There's a whole host of different things that you can find as you explore the map. This mechanism is really good. It feels very well designed and implemented when you compare the source material, the video game itself, because in the video game you're exploring, you're slowly searching the map, finding things. And I feel that that's done in a very good way in this game. You don't instantly go to a location and know where everything is. No, you have to visit that location a few times, and every time you go there, you find and reveal another token and find another item that's there. So steadily over the course of the game, you're revealing the map and revealing all of the different features across it. So you don't just instantly know where everything is. And I really like that. I think that's brilliant. I think that's a great implementation of bringing that exploration feature from the video game to the tabletop format, and it works really well. And you obviously get a bit of choice. You can choose what type of item you're looking for. Really good system. It's very well implemented, and I like it a lot. I like that it's randomized as well, that these are tokens. So every time you play the game, the map layout will be different. That procedural generation is replicated here on the tabletop, and it works really, really well. I think it's outstanding how they've managed to implement it in this way. and it's really fun. So you just essentially at the beginning of the game, you mix up all the tokens and you lay them out per the instructions on the actual location. If you look below the name, you can see that it tells you the preset items you can find at each location. So you just put that many tokens at that location. And then the game starts and you begin your exploration. And the cool thing is that it's not just the heroes that are doing this. The killer is also exploring the map as well. He's trying to figure out where things are. Where are the hooks I need to put these survivors on? Where are the things that I need to interact with? Where is the exit gate so that I can run there and stop them getting out? Where are the generators so that I can hit them, break them, and stop their progress in repairing them? It's as equally important a mechanic and mechanism for the killer as it is for the survivors. And I really think it's an outstanding design. They've done a phenomenal job of bringing that sense of exploration to the tabletop. That sense of not knowing where everything is and trying to figure out where things are on the map, trying to deduce it and remove all the tokens till you start to figure out where things are. It's really well designed and a great job. The second thing I'm going to discuss is the movement mechanics themselves. So what happens is you get a set of cards which are of the 4 colours. So you have green, yellow, blue and red. And for you to move to another location, you play a card that corresponds to one of the possible movements on the board. So to move from one location, it has to have that colour. It has to have a connecting line. So if it's got a blue line and a red line leading off the room to different locations, you can play a blue and a red. This movement mechanic is brilliant. It's puzzly because you're trying to anticipate the movements of the killer, and we'll get onto that in a second, but you're trying to position yourself in the best place to complete your objectives, to fix the generators, whilst also not being in the path of the oncoming killer. So the movement is very important, and at the start of the game, some routes will be blocked by walls that can be broken, either by the hero's special abilities or cards, or by the killer himself breaking through them to get to people. So the movement mechanics are well designed. Now, the killer has exactly the same set of cards, but he has a special card which is to wait. And the killer is the only one that can stay in that same spot. He is the only one that can wait for somebody to come to him. And what happens is the killer will do both cards that you choose. You select 2 cards to play instead of 1, and you will do both. And because you're outnumbered, you need that extra action. You need that extra movement to make the game more balanced. I think it works phenomenally well. It replicates the killer charging around the map at high speed, trying to find the survivors and kill them, whilst the survivors are steadily sneaking around, trying to complete all the little objectives. And it transitions that essentially gameplay feel from the video game to the tabletop in a great way too. And I think it's a very cool system in which you move around the board. It's very easy to understand. It's very easy to teach. I like it because it makes this game more accessible. I can get it out anytime and not worry about having to remember the rules. Oh, how many movement points do you get? How far can I go? No, in this, you just play the card and you move along the route. Really simple, and it makes it so this game can come out repeatedly. But between these two systems, the exploration mechanic and the movement mechanic itself, I think they are brilliant adaptations and do the video game the justice it deserves. They are well thought out mechanics, and they have essentially captured the essence of the video game very, very well. And I like them a lot. I like this game a lot because they have surprised me. They have managed to keep that feel within the tabletop version. Now, the third thing I'm going to talk about, only briefly, is I feel like I need to play it a lot more to get more games in. But you get a load of cards which are essentially your feats, your traits that you can adapt your characters with. You can play them over the abilities on your character boards so that you have different abilities every time you play the game. And there's loads of games that give you this essential mechanic. You can equip your character with different tools and equipment, or you can equip them with different traits that adapt to them. And in Dead by Daylight, the video game, you do this. You adapt your character. You give them the abilities that you want to give them to make them more proficient or better at different things, whether it's running away and escaping, whether it's good at repairing. And being able to do that in the board game as well is an excellent transition of that mechanic to the tabletop format. Now, I know I need to play it more before I sing high praises of it, but I can tell it's something else that I'm going to really like about this game. If you are interested in Dead by Daylight, the board game, it's definitely one I'd recommend. I was quite surprised with it. I liked it a lot. I will be doing reviews of this game and giving it more justice in the future. I'll probably be showcasing the painted miniatures when I do the review as well, because I've painted a lot of the killers so far, working my way through them. And I've got one of the expansions. There's another one coming up. This is a game that has really blown me away. I didn't think, I was really concerned that they couldn't do the game justice. But I rate this game very highly. They've really done service to the actual title itself. I'm pretty impressed, and I'm hoping that this game keeps going. I hope it gets more attention. I don't know how well it's done. I've not looked into that, but it is a great title. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today, and please leave your comments below. Let me know if you tried it. Do you like it? Do you like Dead by Daylight? Do you agree with this? Do you like these mechanisms? Do you think they work well? Do you think they are good implementations of these mechanics? And have they transitioned well to the tabletop? Do you agree with me or disagree? Leave a comment below, let us know what you think. And please subscribe, leave a like, hit the notifications, and I'll see you all next time.